We're out here again today. It's a beautiful day. It's about minus 20 right now. Warmed up from about minus 30 this morning. Beautiful day. Today we're going to set up a small charging station. We're using the battery from the tractor, and I'll explain what I'm doing once I get up there. Okay, let me explain what I'm going to do out here. So I've got the battery from the tractor, and it's in a plastic marine case, and I've got an older solar panel that we use to trickle charge the tractor battery in the summertime, because it doesn't get used that much, so it's always good to trickle charge it. It's only about 5 watts. There's no way it's going to do any damage to the battery. So, and what we have here is an old booster, an old Motor Master Canadian Tire 400 watt booster. Now, we had it for jump starting and emergencies, and the batteries on these things, they always fail. They're a lead acid battery, and it just costs too much money to replace them, and it's not worth it. So what I've done, I've taken the battery out, and I've basically wired it so we can use the battery, this battery, to replace the one in here. And the cool thing about this is it's got a built-in power port for 12 volt, and it has 2 outlets. I mean, you can only use 400 watts, but for plenty fine for charging a battery. So I'm just bringing the components out here. I think what I've forgotten some adapters, so we can use, these are the 2 wires that are supposed to be attached to the battery, and I've got some post adapters that turn them into marine posts, and that's what I'm going to use. But today I just wanted to bring the stuff out here, and these are all just recycled things that I've collected over the years. Alright, so I've got it temporarily hooked up. The phone's being charged as I record here, and so I've just temporarily clamped on the leads from the old jump box, and it's charging the battery. And it's just from recycling things that we've had.
It's nice that the path is all beat down there from the deer and stuff. I plan on falling at least once. I love the sound of a fire.
this.
What is that?
So this is a drill, so I can drill through the wall and locate the hole properly. I'm going to drill from here out that way, and I've got the hole. I think that might be big enough.
So you're going to put this in this assembly under the counter here?
Right. The battery and the box are going to be under here. It's more protected.
Right.
And the solar panel is going to be out there. So you need a place to put it, and that's where I'm going to put a terminal. At some point, I'm going to put a terminal there because we want to put some lights in here. Might just put a light here, but we'll see. Really, basically, all this is for so we can charge our phone, so we can film and
call for help if you need it.
Yeah. And this is an old panel I had for. It was in a boat that we bought, and it was used to trickle charge.
The start batteries or the house batteries?
Yeah, I guess the start batteries probably. Like a lot of the boats just sit there and nobody uses them for weeks on end, and all you need is something to trickle charge the batteries. And that's what this is for.
And the tier, that's going back on the tractor again.
Yeah. I've got a deep cycle battery that we can use in here, but it was just too heavy to bring up in the sleigh. That's the panel.
It's a little dirty.
A little dirty, but I think what we're going to do, we're just going to leave this on for now, temporarily. When you work with a solar panel, you should black it out, so there's no power when you're dealing with the wires. So, I mean, it's a good thing to do. Black it out, cover it, do something with it so it's not producing any electricity. I mean, the amperage on this one is so low. I mean, you're not going to do any harm to yourself. But
better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. Safety last.
No.
Safety last.
No.
Micro says safety last.
No.
Yes.
No.
So I went outside, and I want to go through the back wall here, outside, behind the bench. And I looked. This is sort of the middle of the rib out there, because I want to go through the middle of the rib.
Oh, you mean of the cladding? It's on the outside, the metal cladding.
That's right.
The siding.
So we're going to use this.
What is that? How long is that sucker?
I don't know. It's probably about 16 inches long, or maybe 14 inches long.
Jeez. Where's that from? Where'd you buy that?
I've had that for quite a while.
What'd you use it for prior to this?
When I was building a plane, you had to drill holes, long holes that would align each other. So you use this long bit. But I mean, you can use it for anything. You can use it for going through studs. You can use it for going through sill plates or anything.
So which plane was this? The Newport or the?
No, the Skybolt.
The Skybolt.
All right. We're gonna go right through here. Use this bit again on the sheet metal. We're just going to enlarge it a bit.
What's that called?
That's called a step bit. It's really good for thin sheet metal. You know, it drills through pretty good. And one larger one over there on the other side. And we'll slide that cable through. That'll be the fun part.
Happy with that?
Yep. So what we're going to do, get some wire.
Fish it through.
Yeah. Tape it to the other side and pull it through. No, it's not number 9 wire, unfortunately. I do have some at home though, a multi-purpose wire. So we'll see if we can put that through. Maybe you can go on the other side and see if it's coming, tape it coming through.
Okay. Yep, you're through.
So temporarily what we're going to do is we're just going to set it on here.
On the bench?
Yeah, but I think I'm going to make a board up for it and secure it to one of these maybe.
I think that's a good idea because I mean always get sun right here. Always.
Yeah, we always get sun right at the bench thing here. You can set it on the bench. I mean, it's only for trickle charging anyways. It's not. Do is just tape this up. Through a bit so it doesn't catch on anything.
All right. Okay.
That's all we'll do out here for the meantime. I'll go in there and I gotta put a couple terminals on.
Okay.
And do some work to the battery.
Okay.
If you want to see this. So that's the power, negative. Okay, and these are the 2 terminals that we're going to put on it. Now, so this is the adapters. We use this in the RV and marine industry, right? So it takes a regular post battery, and you put that on there like so. And then you can attach the ring terminals to it. It gives a better connection. And so that's what they are. They're just adapters.
What are you doing?
We're just spreading them because on most batteries, the positive post is bigger than the negative post. There's 2 different sizes.
Oh, is that an industry stand?
Yeah, that's mostly when they have a single post like this. One's usually, the positive is usually bigger. So you loosen this off. You can buy them. You can buy them that they're positive posts, but most of them are just one size, and you just spread them. Just use a screwdriver to spread them. Tight. Crimping these ring terminal so they can go on the battery. All right. So I'm gonna check right now just to make sure that we're getting. Okay, the battery's a little bit low. It's 11.8, which is because it's been sitting for a long time. So, and then we'll do a test once we get the solar panel hooked up to see what kind of voltage we're getting out of this. But what we're going to do first, we'll explain this unit a bit better. It was a little unclear last time. So I think everybody knows what these are.
I don't.
But they're a jump box. You can buy them. This is an older one. This probably is 20 some years old. And it's a jump box.
Well, what does that mean? What does
a jump box is like if your car needs to be jump started, or you want some emergency power, you know, and the power goes out. This usually has a lead acid battery in it. But after a while, the lead acid batteries, they have a lifespan. 6 years is usually the lifespan. What I did is I took it apart. I took the lead acid battery out. And then what I did, I just drilled a hole, put these battery cables from old jumper cables that I had, and wired it in as an input. So I can take these, input them to the battery. So I'm replacing the battery that was in here with this battery, which is, you know, the tractor battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook these up, and I'm going to take the positive from the solar panel. Yep. Tighten it up. And then we'll take the negative up. And negative from the solar panel. Right now, whoops.
That always happens. Is that a washer first?
Yeah, put a washer first and then a lock washer, just so they don't. I mean, on a boat and a vehicle, it's, you know, the lock washer is important so it doesn't
vibrate loose?
Yeah.
But here it's not.
It's not an issue here. So, there we go. Let's tighten it up. Okay. So we've now got power on this unit. The USB. We could charge a cell phone right now if we wanted to.
Cool.
But we'll go outside and we'll take off the covering on the solar panel, and we'll do some voltage checks here. So we'll shut this off. It's off.
So, and then later you're gonna affix it to the wall?
Yeah, we'll have to come up with some kind of mount. And I'm not sure if this solar panel is the one I'm gonna put here permanently.
You have more?
I've got a couple more.
Oh boy.
And I got one that actually goes on a stand. And I may wire that one in later. But
So
we'll see if this one works or not.
So this look at the infrastructure, and you can always swap out the panel later.
This will trickle charge. The nice thing about this panel, it doesn't give enough wattage that's going to hurt the battery. Like if the other ones that I have, they're like 85 watt and 65 watt panels. You need to have a charge controller on them because they can hurt the battery with constant charging. These ones here are just trickle chargers.
So you buy them particularly just to be a trickle charge?
Yeah, that's what these are for. It came with a cigarette lighter. You're supposed to put it on the dash of your car or on some piece of equipment, and you just plug it into the cigarette lighter and it just trickle charges the battery. So that's what this is for.
Okay.
Put this to DC volts. Let's see what we got here.
What's it say?
It's about 10. Let's go to the battery. We got a battery section on this. Let's see what we got here. There we go. We got 12.4 now. See the meter?
Yep.
So 12.6. So it is charging. It was down to 11.8. Now we're over 12.
So it's already starting to charge.
Yeah, it's already starting to charge. It's such low wattage that it's going to take a long time. That's why it won't hurt the battery. Like you'd have to leave that on there all week to keep the battery up. But, old battery. I mean, it's probably at the end of its life, but it's a maintenance-free battery, so it's still green in the indicator hole here. There's a hole here that you look at, it tells you if it's charged. In order to find out if a battery is any good, you got to charge it up to 12 volts, and then you have to load test it. And I have a meter at home where you can load test it. You put it under load, and it'll tell you, based on how much amperage the battery is, whether it's good or bad. This one here I load tested last year. It was still good. We're still using it in the tractor. And the worst thing you do to a battery is let it discharge below 10 volts or 9 volts. I mean, once it gets down there, it's probably damaged. But this battery's at the end of its life, but it's still producing. So, but if you can get 6 years out of a battery, you're doing good. 2 now. A battery at rest without being charged, if it's 12.4 or 12.6, that's a good healthy battery. So we'll just let it sit for a while. Let the charger do what the solar panel do what the solar panel is going to do. This is the other solar panel that we have.
Oh, that's the one right off the tractor.
Yeah, that's the one I put on the tractor for the summertime. And it's very simple. So it just clamps onto the battery terminals, negative, positive, and it's only a 5 watt panel, so it just can't damage the battery. But it just keeps it trickled because we use the tractor about once or twice a year. So you'll see this now. If we had a cigarette lighter application, we could plug it in right there. USB. So if you had a USB charger, you could charge anything you want to charge right there.
Did you leave your cable out here?
No, I didn't.
We should leave actually a device cable out here. I have many, so.
Okay. So we'll leave one out here. And like low amperage, like if you had a charger for, let's say, the battery.
Oh, for your cordless drill?
Or if you have a plug-in charger for your phone, you could use one of these. But the inverter, when you use an inverter, it really takes the amperage out of the battery, so you kind of don't want to do that, especially a small battery like that. So Just shut it off. We've got a light.
Oh, nice.
So we do have an emergency light if we want it. It's just unwieldy. I think it's better just to...
I think it's protected in there too. You don't kick it or anything.
Yeah, and there's enough ventilation. There's enough gaps in these boards to that battery will ventilate here properly.
Okay.
And we have.
Is that how much of a concern is that, the ventilation for the battery?
Ventilation, you don't want to put it in an enclosed area because a charging battery gives off hydrogen gas. So, there's enough ventilation in here, that I'm not worried about it. And we're not heavily charging that battery. We're just trickle charging it. So it should be okay.
So if it was bigger and more robust and yada yada, would you put a vent in the wall for outside?
Yeah, I might put a vent
for outside
in here.
Yeah.
So it vents outside.
Right.
But there's really no need for it right now.
Okay.
What we're going to do is just put a screw in there just to hold that solar panel so it doesn't, wind doesn't blow it over until I get a mount made.
Hey, your amperage went up. When you buy those meters, does it come with a book that tells you what everything means?
Yeah. Yeah. They usually have an instruction manual. This is alternating current, so that's AC. These are DC currents.
Right.
That's milliamps. This is an ohm part of it. So an ohm meter and continuity, like right down there. If you put it to here, like if you have continuity, it'll beep.
Cool.
That's how you find a broken wire. If there's a broken wire, let's say a broken wire from here to there is broke somewhere. You put it over there and there. It'll tell you if you don't hear the beep, it's a broken wire. Put that on top.
What do you got?
So we got 13.17.
Just by cleaning the dirt off.
Just by cleaning the dirt off.
You see? Pays to be a clean freak.
That's right. It's charging that battery good. That's what we want to see.
Wait.
Gavin's got power.
That's cool.
But we're still off the grid.
We're still off the grid. Yeah, that's true.